Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to read a graduated cylinder. And one of the important things that we need to do when we read a graduated cylinder is be able to look at the scale. So the scale of a graduated cylinder is how many marks there are in between each reading. So you're going to watch a video today and it is very in-depth and very specific. And while you're watching the video, you're going to need to make sure you have your notebook ready to take notes. So I'm going to briefly cover what you're going to learn in your video. Our learning target today is I can use a graduated cylinder to measure volume. Because of the times we are not going to be actually using graduated cylinders, but I will have some activities for you to be able to recognize what graduated cylinders do. So, first of all, you need to make sure that you look at something called a meniscus. And the meniscus is the curved surface of whatever liquid is in your graduated cylinder. And you need to make sure that you read it at eye level. That's like an eyeball right there. So this is what a graduated cylinder looks like. It looks like this big, tall tube. You can usually pour liquids out of the top. And then it's graduated, and what that means is that there are little marks up the side that tell you how much liquid is actually in there. And it's usually measured in something we call milliliters. Probably the only thing that you're familiar with liters would be like a 2-liter pop bottle or a 1-liter pop bottle, something like that. So that's how we use liters. Let's look at our notebook today before we watch the video. All right, so we are on notebook page 5, and hopefully we can get this cleared up here. Let me zoom in just a teensy bit, or focus a little bit better there. Okay, so today's most important term is graduated cylinder. Say it with me. Graduated cylinder. It's a piece of lab equipment, a tall, narrow container with a volume scale used to measure the volume of a liquid, or irregularly shaped object. So an irregularly shaped object is an object that you can't measure height, width, length, that kind of thing. It would be something like a key or a marble or a rock or I don't know, an earring, something like that. If you wanted to measure the volume but you can't line up a ruler to measure it, then a graduated cylinder will really help you determine how much space it will take up. Okay, so the next term here is volume. Say it with me. Volume. So the volume of something is the amount of space something takes up. Yes, you probably know it as like how loud something is. Turn up the volume, turn down the volume. But in science, we use it to measure how much space something takes up. So volume, say it with me, volume is the amount of space something takes up. The next term, and this is a really cool term, you might have heard it before, but it's meniscus. Say it with me, meniscus. So a meniscus is the curved upper surface of a liquid in a tube. It's really just the top picture. So just what I was talking about earlier is that you have a meniscus and you always measure at the bottom of the meniscus at eye level. Today you're going to watch a video, and when you watch the video there are going to be some examples and some practices. So while you're watching the video, you're going to need to participate. So on this side of the bottom of your notebook, you'll have an answer that needs to go here, and then they will ask you to pause the video and read the graduated cylinder for the first cylinder, the second one, and the third, and then see if you get it right. And then you'll pause the video again and do it again with a different set of graduated cylinders and write your answer to the first one, the second one, and the third. So as you're watching the video, and if you want to Google, I don't care, doesn't matter at all. If you see a graduated cylinder, you can pause it, but I would like you to draw a graduated cylinder here. It will probably look something like a tall column of liquid, and then hopefully you can show that you see it at eye level. Okay, so enjoy the video. It is a different teacher, but she has a really nice voice. Make sure you're participating and have a good one.